Good morning, good morning, good morning, my peeps. I hope you guys are doing well. Hope you guys are doing well. This will not be a long live stream. This is going to be very short. Just a couple of things I want to get out of the way before we begin our Diddy coverage this morning. All right. So give me just a moment here. All right, I wanted to make sure you guys could hear me properly. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into the things. Honey, so the first thing that I do want to get into is going to be this situation with T.I., Tiny, and Sabrina. All right, so let's go ahead and get into this really quick. Again, like I said, we won't be here long. These are just some things I wanted to get out of the way before we do the Diddy coverage today. All right. Hey, Terry. Good morning. All right. Okay. As you guys can see on the screen, we have some information in regards to T.I. and T.I.'s defamation lawsuit against Sabrina Peterson. Okay. Now, in case if you guys do not remember, what was this, back in 2021 or 22 when all of this stuff started going off? Yeah, it was in 2021 when all of this stuff started going out about, T.I. and Tiny, having alleged, parties and things like that. She said that he was trafficking people. She accused him of gun pow violence. She accused him of several different things. So it looks like now they have a trial date that is set. Okay, so let's get into it. And shout out to the Jasmine brand for this. So it says here that if you recall, well, let me go back up. A trial date has been set for T.I.'s defamation lawsuit against Sabrina Peterson. If you can recall, their legal battle began in 2021 when Peterson sued both T.I. and Tiny for defamation, invasion of privacy, and emotional distress. She alleged that T.I. pointed a pow at her and that he was under federal investigation for trafficking. By June of 2023, 5 of 7 of her claims were tossed out, and the lawsuit was eventually dismissed due to inactivity and non-payment of nearly $100,000 in court-ordered legal fees. Okay, so if you guys do not remember, she was ordered to pay T.I. and Tiny's legal fees, and clearly she hasn't done that. So T.I. filed his own lawsuit in December of 2024, claiming her allegations were false, damaging, and invaded his privacy. Before trial, both must attend a private settlement conference by November the 24th of 2025 If no agreement is reached, trial begins in June of 2026. So I found that to be very interesting, considering all the things that Sabrina has accused T.I. of. Now, in case if you all don't remember this as well, the attorney she has representing her is Tyrone Blackburn, the same attorney that is representing Dwayne Youngblood in the TD Jakes case, and he's also represented some people in regards to the Diddy in regards to some Diddy lawsuits as well. So I definitely wanted to bring that to you guys' attention. If you're in the bushes and you're watching, it's 14 people watching me right now. I know it's early, but can you guys please hit that like button for me? Thank you. I appreciate it. I ain't even asking you to speak to me this morning. Just hit that like button for me. Thank you. All right, so let's get into our next topic. Okay, let's get into our next topic. All right, our next topic is this right here. Now listen. I like me some Kelly Clarkson. I like me some Kelly Clarkson, honey. I like me some Kelly Clarkson. But I gotta be honest, I ain't watched her show in quite a long time. So this is being reported by the Jasmine brand as well. The vibes on set of the Kelly Clarkson show are very tense right now. A producer on the show told Daily Mail not feeling too stable. Okay. So she's basically saying, you know, I don't know if I'm going to have a job tomorrow. In other words, that's basically what she's saying. So while the insider insisted that everyone loves Kelly Clarkson and called her a wonderful person, they admitted that they'd understand if she chose to leave because she's unhappy. So they're saying that she's possibly unhappy. Now, the producer even floated the idea of a possible replacement, suggesting that former Today host, no, I disagree, might be a better fit. Hoda, no, and absolutely not. Absolutely not. Maybe Hoda would be a better boss. I know that she's universally beloved and respected by her former coworkers. She sure would be a lot more stable than what we've been going through right now. If Kelly Clarkson did, now again, I know everybody need a job, but if Kelly Clarkson decided to step away and move, I don't see nothing wrong with it. She's been on that air for quite some time. So it says that if you recall, a few months back, Kelly was absent from her show for over 2 weeks with no explanation. By May, rumors circulated that she could be leaving the show soon, with executives reporting scouting and creating a new short list of replacements. I mean, if it happens, it happens. But how the hell you going to replace a Kelly Clarkson show and Kelly Clarkson ain't on the show? Now make sense. I don't want no replacement. If she ain't gonna be around, just cancel the damn show. Hell. Anyway, moving on. I just thought that was crazy. Just cancel the damn show. Shit. Anyway. All right, now y'all know we talked about on Saturday. We talked about Ms Shirley, Ms Shirley's mother, going on live saying that they are calling DHS and CPS on her. This is the person who claims that he was the one that called. Let's take a listen. And furthermore, this man is hideous. Okay, look like he just got the shit beat out of him. Anyway, let's get into it, child.
Everybody asking $1 million question. Who called CPS on Ms Shirley mama? Guilty. I didn't know her mama was gonna get on live crashing out afterwards. And quite frankly, I don't give a damn. On my mama, I ain't never had this many people mad at me at one time in my life. I'm not even gonna lie, I was already scared for the little girl while she was doing boots on the ground, goddammit. But then I saw that little Johnny Gill put on your red dress and your high heel videos, and nah, man, I picked up my phone immediately. It's one thing about us talking about this shit every day, but I feel like somebody had to take action. I mean, it ain't really that bad either. If CPS find out it ain't no case, they gonna drop the case. But if they find that it is a case, then maybe I did do the right thing. One day, Ms Shirley gonna find this video and she gonna thank me one day. She had that little girl putting her boots on the ground, goddamn, and I put my foot down. And don't judge me either, man. I was just looking out. Shit, if anything were to happen to that little girl and all of us grown-ups was just sitting there watching and didn't say shit, goddamn it. I see everybody asking $1 million question. Who calls home?
Okay, so I have a couple things to say. Sir, you should have called Adult Protective Services on the way that your motherfucking face is looking.
CPS on Ms Shirley
First
mama.
of all, let's go there. Second of all, it's not your business. And third of all, sir, you just look like you got the hell beat out of you. Okay? You're hideous. They should have called the people on you just for looking like you're looking. Like, what in the world is wrong with you? Now, I'm going to say something that a lot of people may not agree with. But I don't agree with Ms Shirley doing these grown folk meet and greets. I do agree with that. Now, would I have called CPS and done all this extra stuff that this ugly man did? No, I wouldn't have. But I do agree that the dancing is cute, cool, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I do think that when we start doing, meet and greets with adults, I don't know if I go with that either. And I'm not trying to police how anybody raises their children or anything like that. But again, I do think that the adult meet and greets and all of that, I do think it is a bit much. And the reason being is because I would agree if it was like, some meet and greets with some children. Okay, for instance, there's this lady, she's from Tennessee. She has 3 children. And I don't know, maybe you guys have seen it. But her daughter's name is Maya. And Maya is probably 7, 8. I don't know how old she is. But they had meet and greets and it was for children, right? You see what I'm saying? It's for children. It's for the adult to connect their children with those children. I do think that that's more appropriate versus meet and greet with a whole bunch of adults. Cause yeah, no, it's a no for me. It's a no for me. Again, I'm not policing Ms Shirley's mom, and I wouldn't call no CPS on Ms Shirley's mom. I think that's going extremely too far, especially in the climate that we're living in. Yeah, I don't like that at all. This mother is ugly, and he should have sat there on that couch where he laying at right now and mind his business. Sir, and by the way, we wouldn't have been checking for you if you didn't call CPS. We don't know you. We don't know you, stupid. So it's not like we was going to get on this internet and talk about you not calling CPS. We don't know you. Like, and you're ugly. My God. Ugly. Good morning, Lasso. Good morning, good morning, good morning. All right, y'all, let's keep it moving because, again, I stated that I want this video to be pretty short. So let's move into our next topic, okay? Our next topic is going to be Q and Don Richard, okay? I'm going to talk about Q and Don Richard. Now, it looks like Don Richard have since deleted this post that was actually made where, in case if you guys have been, like hiding under a rock or something, Q did a interview with Amy and TJ Holmes, okay? They have a podcast together, and he did an interview with them. Now, Aubrey O'Day was the original person who was being interviewed, but then what they did was they did go ahead, Aubrey O'Day invited Q from Day 26 to come and speak. Now, in case if you guys don't know, Q accused Don, because, they were dating, Q accused Don of slipping her some rugs, and allegedly the rugs were from Diddy. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into Don's response, because again, since then Don has uh, erased the response. Now, shout out to Queen um, versus Blog, okay, because that's where I'm getting this from. So let's get into it. I want to be unequivocally clear. I have never rugged anyone, nor have I ever given anyone any pills to take. The suggestion that I did so is categorically false. If such a belief were genuine, it would be inconsistent with the actions that followed, such as inviting me into your home, introducing me to your younger sisters and family, and continuing a relationship with me. It would also be inconsistent with choosing to attend social events without me engaging with individuals I had previously expressed concerns about, and continuing to live with with or provide favors to those same individuals. Many of these actions occurred while I was not present or even in contact with you. Throughout our time together and even after our separation, I made a conscious decision not to share or disclose private matters or the circumstances surrounding the end of our relationship to protect you. And she put you in capital letters. I did this out of respect for you, is what she's saying. I did this out of respect for you and your family. At this point, I believe it is essential to recognize that many people are dealing with pain and hardships. This situation is not about one person. It reflects a broader harm that has affected many. I sincerely hope that healing and wholeness are possible for all involved. My intention is and always has been to move forward with compassion and integrity, and I pray that others can do the same. Okay, again, y'all do know that Q and Don were in a relationship. Q also, again, he accused Don of being able to slip him a rug under the direction of Diddy. Okay. I find this to be extremely interesting, y'all. I don't know how you guys feel about this. Let me know. Um, I don't know, Don. I think Don. I think people are really having a hard time with you now, sis. I don't know. I don't know to the extent of things, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, Don. I don't know, Don. I mean, Q got really emotional when he was telling this story, so I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to say, Don. I don't know what to say, but I guess we'll see what comes out of this. I think the timing is very, very concerning. But I think it's going to be interesting to see how this continues to flow. All right, let's move on, child. Let's move on. I told y'all this was going to be a quick live. It's going to be a quick live. Give me a minute here. Good morning, everybody that just came in. Gigi, Miss Gina. I see y'all. And to all of my bush watchers. Lord have mercy. It's early. Shout out to y'all for being in the building. All right. Let's move on to our next topic, which is y'all, and bear with us here. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into Melody, and actually let me move over to Jussie Smollett, Jess Hilarious, and then we'll do Melody, and then we'll be done. So let's go ahead and get into Jussie Smollett. All right, in case if you guys don't know, Jussie Smollett has agreed to pay $50,000 to his um his place of choice due to what was going on with him and the whole, hoax of being set up and all of that stuff. Y'all know he been going through this stuff for years now, child. So over 6 years ago, this is what Jussie Smollett says. Over 6 years ago, after it was reported that I had been jumped, city officials in Chicago set out to convince the public that I willfully set an assault against myself. This false narrative has left a stain on my character that will not soon disappear. These officials wanted my money and wanted my confession for something that I did not do. Today, I should be clear. They have received neither. The decision to settle the civil lawsuit was not the most difficult one to make. After repeatedly refusing to pay the city, I was presented with an opportunity to make a charitable donation in exchange for the case being dismissed. Despite what happened, their politically, Chicago was my home for over 5 years, and the people became my family. Therefore, making a donation to benefit Chicago communities that are too often neglected by those in power will always be something that I support. I made a $50,000 contribution, direct donation, to building Brighter Futures Center of the Arts, BBF, a local nonprofit doing incredible work. They are doing incredible work. They have a lot of creativity, and they explore the Chicago youth. Okay, so this is coming from Jussie Smollett. Again, this was his way of settling the suit, so that he could not, so he wouldn't have this continued on his back. Now I don't know if this is the end of everything, but I hope it is the end of everything. When it comes to Jussie Smollett, and it's crazy. Now people are asking, if he's innocent, why does he have to pay? Let's not be obtuse to the situation. The reason why he is paying is to settle the civil lawsuit. Okay, the civil lawsuit was going to always be against him. So let's not be obtuse to it. But yeah, that's with Jussie Smollett, child. Okay. All right, let's move on to Jess Hilarious. Now, what I'm getting ready to say about Jess Hilarious, I just really think Jess Hilarious is not funny. She has a really huge problem. And I want to get into something that she said on The Breakfast Club that I do not agree with. Well, and when I say I don't agree with this, it's more so how this came out more than anything. So here we go, and let's get into it. Vinay, I don't know how you say her name. Anyway, she stopped by the Breakfast Club to promote her new show on Revolt TV, and was sideswiped by Jess when she abruptly mentioned that only women can have babies. Okay, yeah, you're right. While Jess was incorrect in her statement, she was corrected in her statement. Women, a social construct, versus female, a biological fact that are not the same thing depending on how someone identifies. So basically, what the person was letting her know is that anybody with a uterus can have a baby. Jess Hilarious is stuck on women being biological women. But see, here's the thing. The interesting thing about this is what you're basically saying is she has this thing with trans, and this is why Jess really gets on my nerves. I block her stupid ass. I don't like her. I don't. But the person was absolutely correct. I'm getting ready to show you the video, but the person was absolutely correct. Just because you don't like trans people, regardless of how you feel about them, that's just what it is. If they were born a woman, they have a uterus, they could have a baby, regardless of what their sexual preference is or who they decide to sleep with or whatever they decide to do with themselves. If they have a uterus, they are bound to have a baby. Okay? Jess Hilarious is stupid to me. I don't like that lady. I do not. Let's get into it, y'all.
I want somebody who knows that women can have babies.
Oh, okay.
Only women can have babies. I just want to let you know that.
Interesting. There are other people who can have babies.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, if they have a uterus, they can have babies. But they just might not identify as woman.
Okay.
Those are two different things. Like, you can be biologically female, but you can't be biologically woman, because woman is a gender construct, a social construct. But if you got a uterus, yeah, you can have a baby.
Yes, that's the point. If you have a uterus, you can have a baby.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we agree on that.
And for you, I want somebody who knows that women can have babies.
Oh, okay.
Only women can have babies. I just want to let you know that.
Interesting. There are other people who can have babies.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, if they have a uterus, they can have babies. But they just might not identify as woman.
Okay.
Those are two different things. Like, you.
Jess Hilarious, I'm convinced at this point you like licking boxes. I'm convinced at this point you like coochie. Because I don't understand what your hard on for our community is. I don't get it. I think at this point you like sniffing, licking coochie. Allegedly. Because it doesn't make sense to me why you have this energy. Why would you say that to this lady? That had nothing to do with the conversation. And then when somebody check you, yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you're a woman, you can have a baby. Girl, no, that's not what you were saying. That's not what you were saying. Jess Hilarious can go kick rocks with no shoes on, and I want her to find the biggest one that she can find and ram all 5 of your toes into it, please. Because, girl, you're exhausting. Again, no one is saying and no one is taking the women abilities women abilities away from having a baby. No one is doing that. The ultimate thing again here, the problem is that, girl, you said, and someone had to school you. I want you to know that only women can have babies. You said it with so much vitriol. I can't stand her. I'm sorry. I cannot. She is a flip-flopper indeed. Hey, Miss Linda. Hey, Shay W. I see y'all. I don't like the wench. Linnea's never one to be played with. Not at all. Good morning, Miss Felicia. Good morning. So again, I just thought that this was stupid. I really did. Like, she just continues to stay in the mess, and it's weird. It's weird. All right. Moving on. All right, so we have discussed everybody on the thumbnail. Let's go ahead and get into Melody Sheree. So Melody has responded to Anthony's lawsuit in regards to her. She is in the lawsuit now. Again, y'all, I haven't gotten it to where I can read all the documents for you. I do know that I heard Show Style and Spirit say that Wente Talks had the full lawsuit over on her platform. So if you guys are subscribed or not subscribed, go over and check out Wente Talks to get out the latest. However, I can go ahead and tell you this. So it looks like in the response, of course, Melody wants to take it all the way. Which I don't blame her. I feel like if you're gonna start something, you should be able to finish it as far as that goes. So she is taking it all the way. She has also there is a statute of limitations on defamation lawsuits in the state of Alabama as well as the state of Tennessee. In Tennessee, I believe it is 1 year, and the state of Alabama, I believe it's 2 years. So Melody did respond. And again, I think we're gonna see where this thing is gonna go. I think this is gonna be a ish show, and I say that in a sense of now the guy has started something that I don't think is gonna end anytime soon. And what I mean by that is, I think you found the right person to go back and forth with you, because she has the money to do so. Um, so I do think that this is going to be interesting and how this is going to play out. Again, Melody is the only one that Anthony is suing. However, he did include a whole lot of content creators in his original complaint as exhibits. He took, screenshots of our videos and our titles and used those as exhibits for the particular lawsuit. I do know that he is representing himself, while Melody does have a team of attorneys that is representing and helping her in this case. So I don't quite know where this is gonna go. But hey Uncle Jay, hey Felicia, it's gonna be interesting to see again where it goes. You know what I mean? It's gonna be interesting to see where it goes. Now, the reason why the statute of limitations thing came up is because this hasn't quite been 2 years yet. In December of this year, it'll make it 2 years that Melody did do that video addressing Anthony. That was back in December of 2023. So it is going to be interesting to see, again, like I said, how this goes and how it moves forward. Boots on the ground, you know what I'm saying? Let's see where it goes from here. Let's see where it goes from here. It's sad, isn't it? Oh, so sad. So sad, sir. But now she's making you go all the way with it. All the way. She's making you go all the way. All the way. All the way. She's making you go all the way. So I don't know what to tell you. But anyway, anyhow, child. This is our morning show. Again, I needed it to be short. We will be back in the mix discussing the Diddy case. The live is already set up. Please go ahead and make sure that you notify yourself if you are interested in the Diddy stuff. There is going to be 4 people who are testifying today, including a stylist by the name of Deontay. Now, one thing that I have noticed is that Deontay has deleted and removed his Instagram page, which is very interesting to me. I don't know when he removed his Instagram page, but if you search for him, all of his Instagram stuff pops up. But if you try to go click on the Instagram link, it says that his page is gone. So I don't know about that, y'all. I don't know what's going on there. But with that being said, y'all, I really do appreciate y'all for tuning in. Again, this is why I had to do this very early so that people can see it as they wake up and, on their way to work or whatever. Please hit that like button. I don't know why it's so hard for y'all to hit the like button and then y'all be mad, talk about folks is begging for likes. Hit the like button, girl. Shoot, it's not that hard. Your fingers is not broke. Your fingers ain't broke. Hit the like button. Jesus. Y'all have a good one. I'll see y'all a little bit later.